sitting back here.
I know you don't.
Man,
I know you
get your
don't.
fat
I know. I know.
I said a while ago when T.I.'s son King was getting a lot of flack and a lot of heat in the media, that to me he just looked like a young kid that wanted to prove to his father that he was a man too.
King Harris's world just flipped upside down, and it all kicked off the moment Tiny hit T.I. with divorce papers right after King's arrest. And the wild part, I didn't even fight back. He just stepped aside like he was finished for good. Now the family's drowning in chaos, with everybody pointing fingers and the tension so thick you could slice it in half. People keep asking the same question: who's really to blame? The parents who spoiled King with everything he could ever dream of? Or King himself throwing it all away just to flex that gangster image? The split between Tiny and T.I. shook fans to the core. After decades of surviving scandal after scandal, nobody thought it would end like this. But truth is, the cracks were always there. And the final blow hit in October 2024, the same night King's reckless arrest dragged the whole family into the spotlight.
All right, I need you to step out the vehicle.
What you want to do? You want to take my gun off my head?
Yes, sir.
There's one in the head.
Does your buddy have one as well?
It's guns over there.
All right, just hang tight right here for me. Let me clear this. I don't want any accidental fires.
There's no safety. You got to take.
There's no safety.
Take the
Okay.
clip out.
Well, I'm not gonna mess around with that too much. Let me just set this down right here. Dude, step out for me. Yes, sir. Place your hands behind your back for me. All right, right now you're just being detained. You're not under arrest. I'm gonna be at the church. All right, I appreciate you being cool, man. We're just gonna take a look at this information, make sure it's valid.
I ain't sure this.
Just take a step to the side for me.
That night, King was sliding out of a gas station in his BMW, driving wild like he owned the streets, until he almost crashed into a cop car. When the cops pulled him over, things got ugly quick. First, they caught the strong smell of weed pouring out of his ride. Then, they spotted a gun tucked right in his waistband. That was the moment his night was finished. But the real shocker, when they ran his name, a bombshell dropped. King had a warrant dating back to 2022 for speeding, driving on a suspended license, and a DUI. If King had just chilled, maybe he would have walked free that night. Instead, every mistake he ever made came crashing down at once. And when that arrest footage leaked online, the internet tore him to shreds. But the most chilling part of that video, the look in King's eyes, like he finally realized he went way too far this time. No yelling, no wild outbursts, just regret written all over King's face. For someone as hot-headed as him, staying that calm took serious effort. Even the arresting officer looked shocked at how composed he was. But calm or not, it didn't save him. King still got cuffed, booked into DeKalb County Jail, then shipped off to Pickens County once the warrant came to light.
Stop talking to me. This ain't your restaurant. This ain't your restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out my pocket right now. I ain't tripping on you. I ain't tripping. Get the hell out of my face. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Who the hell is he? What's your name? My name King, you know it, and your mama know it. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. That file show. Come back. What? On game what? On game what? Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here, I'll show you what I do. Come here.
When the footage went viral, the internet pounced. One fan clowned him hard, calling him a trust fund prison punk, and the comment blew up with likes because people found it hilarious. Another jabbed at him for faking a from-the-trenches lifestyle while still leaning on his parents' money. And here's the twist. King wasn't the only one catching heat. His downfall ripped way past him, cutting straight into his parents' marriage. Those tiny cracks we all saw before, they exploded wide open. I tried to play the devastated father, but Tiny wasn't buying it. In her divorce filing, she flat out blamed King's spiral as the final straw, and the craziest part, I didn't even fight back. No fixing, no begging, nothing. He just threw his hands up, saying he'd done his duty as a father and was done trying. At the end of the day, King had nobody to blame but himself. Harsh? Maybe. But I had been sounding the alarm for years. Back in 2022, when King first started going viral for all the wrong reasons, T.I. went public begging him to chill out. He warned plain and clear, King was on a dangerous road, and if he didn't wise up, jail was waiting.
Hitting me and getting in my comments, telling me what to tell King, okay? I know my son. Think I ain't spoke to my son? Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmamas, his going to prison. If you got to keep this up, they're going to prison. Ain't no way around it. Ain't nothing I'm gonna be able to do about it. Can't nobody stop it but him. You know what I mean? I've already had that conversation. I've already made my peace with it. Because I know that energy. I was that energy. I know exactly how it's gonna turn out.
He even admitted he told Tiny and King's grandmother the same thing. Watch him, or he's gonna throw it all away. And when T.I. said it, he wasn't just talking. He was speaking from real experience, knowing firsthand what prison can strip from a man. But Tiny flipped it back on him, firing shots in that divorce filing, saying T.I. wasn't the strong father figure King needed. According to Tiny, if T.I. had stepped up instead of stepping out, King wouldn't have drifted so far off track. And honestly, she wasn't completely wrong. T.I. was in and out of prison from the moment Tiny first got pregnant, and by the time he finally came home for good, King had already grown used to living without a father around.
He just became a father, so I got 2 grandchildren now.
Wow, congrats.
Yeah, I got 2 granddaughters. I got a grandson on the way.
Wow.
King's about to have a son.
King's about to have a son. Congrats.
Yeah. And I told him I'm gonna make this the greatest gangster of all times. I will raise this child to torture you the way you tortured me. I promise you, there will be an indictment in this young one.
Even after that, things didn't really change. King himself once admitted he basically grew up under his grandmother's roof, while his wealthy parents lived a whole different lifestyle. He even revealed the only time he ever stayed in his parents' mansion was when the reality show cameras were rolling. Imagine that, a mansion he couldn't even call home. With a setup like that, no wonder King started chasing chaos outside the house, and each reckless move only dragged him closer to jail. The biggest red flag came with his infamous Waffle House meltdown back in 2022. All it took was a simple mistake. An employee added pickles to his order, and King snapped. He went off in a screaming match with the worker, while the whole thing was caught on camera and blasted online. But instead of looking tough, he looked childish, like a spoiled kid throwing a tantrum. Fans were quick to ask, why was T.I. letting his son run wild like that? When T.I. later posted a video warning King to slow down, Tiny was furious. In her eyes, all that fatherly advice was way too late. She felt he should have been guiding and disciplining King long before things spiraled this far. For a brief moment, it seemed like the storm calmed down between them. But T.I.'s disappointment couldn't stay buried. It finally exploded in public at an Atlanta Falcons game where father and son went from trading words to throwing fists in seconds.
To make him look better, he said it he know not to. Silver spoon, I ain't never ate with that day a day in my life.
Nigga, you did have a silver spoon.
Look, Tip used to have to come to my grandma's house because I'm getting in the
You
fight.
cried like a baby to go to your grandmama's house.
Every day.
You used to hold your breath.
Every
and
day.
no
I know, I know you capping. I know you. I know you. I know you.
Shut up. Shut up.
I know you
Ain't no
though.
mystery about here.
I know you though. I know you though.
Shut up.
I know you though. I know you. What's wrong with y'all? Why y'all doing that to me? Y'all know me. You know I stand on business.
It all kicked off when King claimed he didn't grow up with privilege. That set T.I. off immediately. He clapped back, reminding King he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth from day one. King wasn't trying to hear a word of it. Next thing you know, he's swinging on his own dad, and the clip that leaked showed just how wild it got. People watching swore it looked like T.I. forgot he was even dealing with his son and was ready to scrap like it was a street fight. The video blew up fast, racking up thousands of likes within hours. Comments flooded in, and a lot of folks actually praised T.I. for finally checking King. One user wrote, "He should have busted his behind. That's an overdue library book." Another added, "When you don't check the problem, it turns on you." Some even dropped prayers for the family, saying King had been out of control for too long. But not everyone was cheering. Tiny was furious that T.I. humiliated King in front of the world, and she was even more heated when she found out what happened next, because after the fight, T.I. went home and kicked King out, telling him to survive on his own. For Tiny, that was the breaking point. She felt T.I. had gone way too far, and the fallout cracked their marriage beyond repair. When she finally filed for divorce, she didn't just mention King, she unloaded T.I.'s entire history. From years of cheating to broken promises to a violent past, he kept trying to sweep under the rug. She'd watched him lie, claim he'd changed, then go right back to the same old ways.
So motherfucking 12 pull up and they say, hey, who do you belong to? Who raised their hand? Nobody got to raise their hand. I've been seeing him around too there, like. You gonna raise your own hand? I've been seeing him around too. Huh? Well, when you got drugs, it ain't like. Y'all got drugs around those legal guns. That called it's not possession of a firearm and commission of a crime, sir. That is a felony. Yeah. Thank you.
By the time King spiraled, Tiny wasn't just angry at her son. She was staring at the man who raised him, realizing the cycle never broke. That's why she walked away. What really cut deep was watching King copy the same self-destructive playbook that once made T.I. infamous: jail stints, wild behavior, flashing guns. King was mirroring his father's mistakes like a reflection in glass. So when T.I. publicly disowned King after the arrest, Tiny snapped. To her, he wasn't just disowning his son. He was rejecting his own mirror image. And you can see just how desperate King is for his dad's approval. Every time he flaunts guns online, everybody knew King didn't grow up in the streets, he claims. The comment sections turned into a war zone. One person wrote, "He's trying too hard to live a movie that ain't his." Another dropped, "All that flexing won't matter when the judge hands him real time." And no matter how many times King tried to clap back, it only made him look worse.
A lot of people hit me up like, King, I know you tired, you ain't getting no sleep, and the truth be told, before this I ain't been getting no sleep, you know what I'm saying? I just been outside working, lifestyle, lifestyle just lifing, you know what I'm saying? And, but now I'm damn sure not getting no sleep. This up every morning, and then around the morning time, he like to do that little live concert I be doing with him. And, he like to walk around the house, so.
Meanwhile, Tiny was stuck right in the middle, torn between shielding her son and holding together the pieces of her broken marriage. Insiders say she was exhausted, constantly cleaning up after King's mess while fighting T.I. over who failed raising him. People close to her even whispered she felt like she was parenting two kids, King and T.I. But here's the kicker. King didn't slow down, he doubled down. After his arrest footage went viral, he popped up on live streams laughing, flashing stacks of cash, and throwing shade at anyone criticizing him. To fans, he was trying to look unbothered, but to critics, it was proof he hadn't learned a thing. Even industry vets started worrying. A few insiders admitted they didn't want to book King for shows because his drama was drowning out whatever music he had. One put it cold: he's making headlines, but not for the right reasons. And that image was sticking fast. King's name was becoming more about chaos than talent. What made it sting even worse were the non-stop comparisons to T.I. Every time King got dragged online, people pulled up his father's history. The arrests, the scandals, the headlines. It was like watching a rerun of the past, only this time starring his own son. King wasn't just acting out. He was showing the world the cycle in this family was far from over. King and Boozie's son, Tootie Raw, were supposed to be focused on shooting a music video, but instead they turned the set into a full-on trap scene. Guns out, flashing them like props, more worried about looking hard than actually dropping bars. That's when the dads had to step in. You could hear the frustration in T.Y.'s voice as he pulled King aside, demanding to know why he cared more about fronting tough when women were right there on set. It quickly turned into a heated lecture, and this time T.I. wasn't holding back. He told King straight, one wrong move with a gun, one illegal slip-up, and it's all over in seconds. Both T.I. and Boozy made it clear. This wasn't a game. This was life or death. On the surface, it looked like T.I. was finally drilling some sense into his son's head, but Tiny wasn't cheering him on. Instead, she was angry, not because she wanted King flashing weapons, but because, in her eyes, T.I.'s tough talk came years too late. To her, King was just copying the same script he watched his father perform for years, and just when things couldn't get any messier, boom, King's baby mama drama hit the headlines. Out of nowhere, T.I. casually dropped on a podcast that he was about to be a grandfather again because King was expecting a child. Tiny couldn't believe it. To her, it sounded like T.I. was hyping up King's reckless behavior instead of holding him accountable. The situation was messy from every angle. Rumors swirled that King's baby mama, Big Nana, was way older than him. Whispers spread that she saw him as a quick bag, while he was too young and naive to notice. But King, he didn't care at all. He was all in, excited to be a dad. And in November 2024, when his son was born, King went full proud dad mode. He flooded social media with posts and even dropped a song called Dear Son. In one post he wrote, November 5th, 8:09 a.m. Welcome King Jr. Time to take over for a second. For a moment, it almost looked like fatherhood had matured him. Tiny actually felt a flicker of hope. Watching her son step into fatherhood reminded her of everything T.I. failed to do when King was a baby. She thought maybe, just maybe, her son was ready to break the cycle. But reality hit fast, because while King was online playing the doting father, the streets had a whole different story to tell. King's arrest video was still making waves online, a constant reminder that he wasn't out of the woods yet. T.I. tried to play the role of a supportive father, but you could see the disappointment all over him. And for Tiny, that was the final straw. She could forgive the cheating, she could swallow his violent past. But watching T.I. become so ashamed of King that he didn't even want to share a roof with him, that shattered her completely. So when the divorce papers landed, nobody close to them was shocked. This wasn't just paperwork. It was the final crack in a marriage that had been breaking for years. Tiny was done. No more covering, no more protecting T.I.'s image. The only question left now is, what's T.I.'s next move? Because if he stays silent the same way he did with King, this whole family might already be beyond saving. And if you're still locked in right now, you already know what to do. Smash that like button, drop a comment, hit subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you never miss the tea. Catch you in the next one.